Welcome to the ABCs of Death 2. 2 years ago I reviewed the ABCs of Death. I went through all 26 short films. I'm doing a terrible job right now. You may remember 2 years ago I reviewed the ABCs of Death, which was an anthology film, a horror anthology film, where there were 26 different short films, one for each letter of the alphabet, that all involved death in some way. And you may remember I kind of hated it. There were some shorts that I liked, but now looking back, I only remember like 2 of them, so it's probably not even as good as I said it was in that video. So what we're gonna do here is a little different. I have actually not watched the movie at this point while filming. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch all 26 short films, and then I'm gonna come back to you and let you know and give a little mini review for those films. My brain is just like dead. I wasn't even gonna film this today. I was just like, whatever. This may take multiple days. I tried this before and I got through the first short and then I was just like, I give up. So you may notice that a couple days pass in filming. I may not do this all in one go because it is a 2-hour movie. First problem there, this is 2 hours. I remember this being a problem with the last one. I think it was like 2.5 hours, the first one. So it is shorter, but still for something as silly as this, I think it should really be shorter. We're gonna watch the first short film. The first short film is the only one I've seen because, as I said, tried filming this before, made it through this one and gave up. So I guess I'll watch it again and I'll see back with you when I'm done. I'm back, and yeah, it was just as bad as I remember. The intro is better this time. In the first movie, it was just a bunch of children's letter blocks floating in blood. It was the least creative thing ever, and it was kind of funny, but mostly just stupid. The intro is better here. It's like a school book opening, and there's people dying. I'm doing a terrible job today. Anyway, we start off, A is for amateur. Boring. The music is laughable. This guy's going into a building, he's getting ready. What is he doing? And then eventually it dawns on you, oh, this is a hitman of some kind. Then he goes through the vents and he gets caught by a thing in the vents. It catches his foot and he's having trouble. He's just having a shitty day, basically. Something blows in his face. I'm not sure what it is. Again, it's just like smoke blows in his face and he's like, ugh. And then all of a sudden it cuts to 3 weeks later. And my immediate reaction was, what? It didn't show him dying and then cut to 3 weeks later. No, he's just grunting like, ugh, and then it cuts to 3 weeks later. Then the guy he was trying to kill, to do the hit on, is complaining like, oh, this place fucking stinks, right? I don't even know if he was Australian.
$6,000 a month to rent this place and it stinks like shit.
I just watched the skit. This is short too. How do I not remember? A cleaner is trying to get rid of the smell, uncovers the body, and as he pulls him down, the body falls on him and accidentally shoots a bullet and kills the guy he was trying to kill. What the fuck? Why does this exist? No wonder I quit. This isn't even that like bad. It's just mainly boring and I don't know why this exists. I know you could probably say that about all of the short films in this movie, but it wasn't even entertaining on the way there. Like there's just nothing to this. This is why I stopped filming last time, was because I was just like, I had nothing to say about this film because it's just not good. What do I say about it? My review probably has the same amount of content as the actual short film itself. Like, you watching probably have a better understanding of the short film by watching my video than you would have watching the movie. Yeah, I really don't understand why this exists. Like, okay, hitman, He dies, but then he kills the guy who was trying to kill him in the first place. So why did I watch this? Wow, I really did like that. B is for Badger. Now that's more like it. Wow, this was so much better than the first one. I Want to Be David Attenborough is filming a documentary. He gets mad at his cameraman for failing to pan the shot over, which, to be fair, I have done as well. He storms off and the crewmates all just kind of talk together when they hear a mysterious noise from a pipe nearby.
Whoa. What was that? Hang on, let me listen, Hang on. Oh. Greedy dog. Whoa. You getting this, Brian?
The David Attenborough wannabe gets caught in the pipe and dies. He dies. The crewmates run away when the David Attenborough guy's body falls and it's split in half, and he's like, cut. And it's fucking stupid. Yeah, this is definitely silly and it's dumb, but it's very entertaining, and goddamn, it is so much better than the first short. Like, thank God, this is all I wanted. Just some good old trash that I can laugh at and watch once and be done with it. Hopefully, if the rest of the movie is shorts like this one, I'll be fine. If the rest of the movie is shorts like the first one, then I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I didn't mean for the review of this short film to be a hit piece on the first one, but seeing a good short film right next to a really bad one, like, it only made me hate the first one even more. C is for Capital Punishment. This one's just a whatever. Not as big or as boring a whatever as the first short, but yeah, it's just a whatever. This is gonna be one I forget about completely. Guy gets accused of killing a girl. He didn't actually do it, but he gets killed anyway. That is literally the whole short. And it's just not really interesting or new. Like, I didn't hate this one. It felt like this was filler. Except there's nothing special about this particular short. I feel like I'm gonna watch like 10 other shorts in this movie that are the same quality level as this. D is for, wait, how do you pronounce that one? Deloused. Deloused. D is for Deloused. I think I pronounced that right. Holy shit, dude. Wow. I am so happy that this short exists. Like, okay, this was just like a goof. Like, I was gonna take it easy, review some trash this month. But holy shit. Fuck, I keep forgetting to take the headphones off. I'm just gonna leave those takes in there. Holy shit. This was legitimately great. I don't even think I'm gonna spoil what happens because I actually recommend this film. If you watch any of these short films, please watch this one. Unless I find another one later on that's better. But I fucking doubt it. It's in this stop motion animation, but unlike some of the stop motion shorts from the first film, I don't even know how to describe it. Everything just feels gross. And as a person who is afraid of spiders and kind of insects, it actually kind of got to me. Like, it actually gave me like the heebie-jeebies. Didn't think I would like any of the shorts this much. This is much better than any of the shorts from the last film, and definitely of this film so far. And again, I'm not gonna spoil what happens because I think you should actually just watch it. E is for Equilibrium. We immediately start off with a pretty cool shot, but then we immediately ruin it with a fart joke. Two guys are stranded on a desert island when suddenly an attractive lady shows up. Awooga! I don't know what that was. They try to win the girl, essentially, and one of them does end up winning the girl's affections, which leads the other guy to get jealous and fight the other guy, you know, like you do. He's about to kill him with a coconut when suddenly throws it at the lady, killing her. How strong do you have to be to kill someone just by throwing a coconut at their face? And then we cut to a while later and they're friends again. We see her grave and they've written out in rocks, "Send beer," which I have mixed feelings about this one. Things I liked that there was no dialogue. It was all just visual storytelling, and I really enjoyed the music. It was like this nice sort of music you would expect to hear on a relaxing like island resort. So it was a nice juxtaposition with them being stranded. I thought that was nice. I didn't really care for the story, just like, it just seemed like two bros being guys. The whole "send beer" punchline at the end, it's just like, guys like beer, am I right? It just wasn't funny. F is for Falling. So that was a short film. At first you think someone has just hanged themselves. It's just a woman who is, her parachute got caught in a tree. So she is hanging there, but she did not hang herself. I like that little misdirection. When another guy comes in riding on a donkey, I think, not quite sure what animal that was. He holds a gun to her. The guy agrees to cut her loose, to cut her parachute out of the tree. He does it, but when she lands, she hurts her foot and obviously tries to run away. The guy tries to pull out his gun, it drops, it falls, and it shoots. It lands on the ground, right? And it shoots in the air, and it shoots him. But we see it fall forward, so it must have been angled at, like, it was a very lucky, or I guess unlucky shot.
אני לא מבין, מה את כזו מבסוטה? זה לא שאת משתחררת או משהו.
אני פשוט חייבת פיפי.
נשים.
He dies. For some reason, the lady feels bad. Like, this guy just tried to kill you, and why do you care? She runs over to him and is like, no. Just keep running. Now you can use the donkey, or whatever animal that was, to get away. But no, and then a bunch of other guys come, and it's implied that they kill her. Yeah, I don't really get this one. It was alright, I guess, but it's just like, I think this is just kind of a whatever. I don't really know what else to say about it. G is for Granddad. This movie and the last one had a lot of segments that were trying to be like silly, but I think this may be the only one that has actually worked. A granddad, naturally, is talking with his grandson about nonsense, but this leads to one of my favorite lines so far in the movie.
I'm fucking off to bed.
So he fucks off to bed, and eventually so does the grandson. And then he notices that the granddad is sleeping inside his bed. There's actually a compartment inside the bed. He has a little sharp thing, he stabs him in the neck, and then he pulls down his pants and he doesn't have a dick. Like, this is the dumbest shit ever, but I don't know why. I can't explain why this one works and something like F is for Fart from the last movie didn't work. Not much to say. It was a comedy segment. It made me laugh. So, yeah. Oh, and we also, the way we fade out is we zoom into his pubic hair. So that was pretty fun too. H is for Head Games. How do I even, what? Two people kiss, then some weird shit starts happening, and that's it. I like the animation, but there's nothing to this short. I know I said with the first short, like, oh, why does this exist? No, literally, why does this exist? Because the first one I could at least get like, okay, maybe you think this is an interesting story to tell, but it's like, no, they kiss and then they fuck each other's faces for a while. I is for Invincible. A family is trying to kill their ma. I assume they mean grandma because she's fucking old. At one point in the short, someone calls her a wrinkled old fuck. They try to kill her to get her inheritance, and she just won't die. They set her on fire, and she just won't die. They cut her head off, and she still won't die. And then she spits into another lady's mouth and kills her instead. Yeah, kind of a nothing segment. I really enjoyed the makeup effects on the grandma, the wrinkled old fuck, sorry. It was just gross and I liked it. J is for Jesus. Yeah, I quite like this one. A gay guy is getting conversion therapy, forcefully. They try and torture the gay out of him. I don't even know if I want to spoil what happens necessarily, because I enjoyed this short. Not as much as D, just make that clear. At first I thought it was going to be a little too on the nose with its message, and it kind of was, but I just enjoyed it. I love the slight twist that he sees his torturers as monsters, as like demon creatures, and I love the makeup that is used. I don't really know what else to say about it other than it good, so it good. K is for Nell. Another one that when it started I was just like and then it kind of got better as it went along. The girl sees a weird planet looking thing outside and it makes everyone start killing each other. Then some blood sneaks in through her door and then other things happen. It was alright. L is for Legacy. I'm not even gonna pretend I know what happened as far as the plot. I wasn't really paying attention. Some of the acting was good.
A great wrong has been committed against an innocent race. Here we are, consumed by his venom.
And some of it was like bad. The whole part with the beasts just killing people was great. I really don't know what to say about this one. Like, cool. M is for Masticate. I really like this one. A dude is running in slow motion, then he bites someone in the face, and then he's shot in the face. And then we cut to 34 minutes earlier.
Fuck yeah, I'll do some bath salts.
I really like this one. It hooked me immediately, unlike the past few. It was short and sweet. It was funny, and don't even know what to say about this one. It was a funny segment, yeah. I haven't had much to say about these last few because it's just like, yeah, it's good, or yeah, it was nothing. Fuck. Shit, get everyone down. Shit, now I'm just gonna hold the camera for this segment. N is for Nexus. A guy is trying to meet up with his girlfriend on Halloween. Meanwhile, a business lady is in a taxi and just being a total shit to the cab driver. Granted, the cab driver is also not paying attention. And also, the girlfriend interacts with a little boy wearing a skeleton costume. The reason I bring all these things up is because they all come together at a nexus. You get it? The cab driver hits the boyfriend who was on his bike. The bike flies and kills the boy. My main problem with this one is that it was really predictable. They cut to the cab driver solving a crossword and it's like convergence. And he's trying to figure out what it is and it's like, okay, well, everything's gonna converge. I know now what's gonna happen. That should have happened right before everything converged, not like a minute and a half before. Not at like the beginning of the segment. It was alright, but just a couple problems weigh it down for me. Now I need to fix the camera setup. O is for Oclocracy, or Mob Rule. Wow, that was a damn good segment. So there's a world run by zombies. Mostly zombies, and they're running a court case against a woman, a human woman, who is being accused of killing zombies. I'm not gonna spoil what happens in this one again because I love this one. Still think Deloused was a little better, but this one's great too. The acting was great. I love the premise, and it's the kind of thing that I want to think about more. Yeah, there's not much I can say other than this part's good, this part's good, this part's good. But wow, I really enjoyed that. Even saying the title is stupid. P is for scary. Yes, that is the title. A group of prison escapees are going through a dark place and shit happens. At first I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. And then it kept going and it was the same joke. If you're gonna do something this stupid, this should have easily been one of the shortest segments, because immediately when you see the stupid way they talk and the lame jokes they make.
Does anyone have matches?
Yeah, I got some.
Did anybody grab a map before we left?
It's kind of charming at first, but it immediately wears off. And then we get literally the exact same joke as one of the segments from the first movie where I remember the two guys were just making weird faces at each other. Basically the same thing happens here. It's like, oh, look at these weird faces. The one thing I liked is that, like, his friends don't just disappear, they are actually like fucking melted or something. I like that visual. I will give it the advantage over things like A, and I don't even remember the other one I said was really boring. I can't call this one boring. I would take this short over those other shorts any day of the week, because at least this one is kind of interesting in its badness. Q is for questionnaire. A guy's taking a free intelligence test, and we cut back and forth from him taking it to him getting some kind of operation forcefully where they remove his brain. And eventually we find out his brain is being implanted into a fucking gorilla. I quite like this one. It was silly, but it wasn't silly enough. It wasn't too silly like the last one. It was just a really solid segment. I'm liking way more of these segments than I thought I would, by the way. I am just like, I don't know if I've gotten dumber or if the segments have gotten better, but it seems like the segments have gotten better. But I mean, it's always a possibility that I got dumber. R is for roulette. A group of people are playing Russian roulette. Simple premise, but engaging. I'm a sucker for just like this kind of short, just simple premise. You immediately know the situation they're in. We don't need to know why they're playing it. I like that we never figure out why. It's just literally they're playing Russian roulette, and that's all you need. I mean, I guess I could tell you what happens, but again, it kind of defeats the whole point of the segment, because then there's the whole tension comes from not knowing when the bullet is going to go off. S is for split. Holy shit, this movie's on a roll right now. In a split screen, we see a man on the phone with his wife, and we see someone breaking into the wife's house and attempting to kill her. And I'm not gonna spoil it from there because fuck, you should watch this short too. Am I gonna be recommending this movie when I'm done with it? No, that's crazy, that's crazy. No, I literally made a film like this, not with the home invasion stuff, but a split screen short for my audio video class, literally just last year. I love high concept stuff like this. It was very well done. I love the twist. Yeah, just great segment. I'm not gonna be recommending this, am I? No. T is for torture porn. Okay, I was gonna stop filming for today, but the last few shorts were so good that I watched this one just on a whim. And wow, this one sucked. Girl's filming a porno, she has tentacles from her vagina, it kills everyone. That's it, that's the short. U is for Utopia. Okay, this was unintentional. I did not mean to technically review two Vincenzo Natali movies back to back, but I kind of did. Yes, the director of this short is the director of Nothing and Cube. Just praise the dude non-stop. and I'm about to do it again because I love this short. I wasn't gonna spoil it, but then I realized it's a short segment anyway, so why not? It's a utopia. Everyone acts the same, thinks the same, etc. And then a guy comes in, clearly not a part of it. He trips and falls, and then he's burned alive, and everyone claps. Good short. Great director. V is for vacation. These two himbos are on an island vacation. One is on a video chat with his girlfriend. The other, for no real reason, just decides to show her that they've been having sex. They have a mother and a daughter that they paid to have sex with. They have a big fight, and then the mom, who they had sex with, stabs one of the guys with a screwdriver and then pushes the other off the balcony to his death. I kind of like this segment. I like the sort of found footage, the kind of unfriended, I guess, style. But the thing was, a lot of it didn't make sense. Why did the guy take the camera and show what was going on in their bedroom? Why did the lady just decide to kill them? It was a little too by the numbers, and yeah, I probably won't remember this one. W is for wish. Two kids jump into a fantasy land where they discover heinous shit is going on in this fantasy land. Just some heinous shit happens. One of the kids is killed, one of the kids is imprisoned, and then he's rescued by an old man called Fantasy Man, makes him get into a sock and walks away, and the old man constantly calls him princess. I think they're implying something sexual, but it just came across as being wacky. It was good. It was a nice parody of like 80s action cartoons. It's the kind of thing you watch and then you don't really think about again. X is for xylophone. Girl's playing a xylophone with her grandma? Parents come home, the grandma's dead, and the daughter is playing her bones like a xylophone. That's it. Completely nothing segment. Not even really in a bad way. I can't say I hate this one. Y is for youth. A young girl is writing to her parents on her phone. It's the kind of thing where it's like you write to someone, but you don't intend to actually show them the letter. You know what I mean. And she's basically venting about how much her parents have disappointed her. And then the problems she's saying actually personify and attack the parents, or at least she imagines it. That doesn't actually happen. There's also a metaphor for cutting yourself and how it's not the right thing to do. And then she charges at her parents and presumably kills them. I want to like this segment. It seems like it would be a good segment, but something about it just didn't click for me. Yeah, everything about it I can say like, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. I like the practical effects. From what I could tell, the acting was good. I know it's in a different language, so it's a little hard to tell, but from what I can gather, it seemed to be pretty good. It didn't work for me. We have one short left, and it is the fuck. Z is for zygote. This is the best segment of either film. The reason, sorry, the reason this is the best segment of either film is that it is the only short in either film to actually scare me. D for Deloused was a close second. It came pretty close. No, this one fucking creeped me out. Body horror is a surefire way to creep me out, but Jesus Christ. So a woman is pregnant, guy leaves, gives her some medicine that'll keep the baby from being born until he gets back. Cut to 13 years later, where the baby is a fully grown child in his mother's stomach. She runs out of medicine, and the baby disembowels her through her mouth and just fucking takes her body. Just seeing his fucking fingers through the skin. Ugh. Oh god. Dad comes home and then they imply that they're gonna try to have another kid.
Of course you can.
Can you see why this is the best one? I probably can't show that many clips of it because it'll probably, for obvious reasons, it's actually really good. I'm glad we could end off this movie with an actually, truly Great short film. There's an after credit scene where someone is jerking off to tease for torture porn and then he stops. That's it. We're done. It's time to talk about the movie as a whole. Better than the first, by far, but still not worth a watch. Let me explain. Even though I would recommend actually a lot of these short films, this format for a movie sucks. This concept sucks. And I hate to say that because it's a unique concept and I think short films are a great format for horror stories. The problem with this format is that 26 short films, no matter how short they are, is too much. Neither this movie or the first one I was able to watch through in one sitting. For this movie, I had to take more breaks even though I enjoyed more of the shorts. I can recommend this movie if you do what I did and watch it in chunks. Watch a couple shorts every day for like a week or something and then move on. But I cannot recommend watching this all in one go. I feel like I would have enjoyed all of the segments more if I just watched them on their own and not a part of this anthology. Right now, I feel like I have achieved something, like I have overcome some odds just by making it to the end of this review. Thank you all for watching this long-ass review. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I wasn't too harsh on the filmmakers, because I can't really take criticism well for my films. So I don't know why I'm saying this, but yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in whatever I review next.